Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be giving you guys an introduction to Python. I have actually started a new video series called Learn Python on this YouTube channel. And if you're interested in learning Python, make sure to give it a try. So I'm going to start this video by talking about some of the features of Python. Python has some great features like it's easy to understand structure and syntax, which gives it an edge over languages like C and C++, which are harder for new people to understand. Another debatable feature of Python is that it is an interpreted language, which means that it is not compiled. It is directly, after writing code, you can directly execute it, and it has its own set of pros and cons. Pros being you do not need to build the binary for a specific platform. You just need to, execute the code right away, and cons being it makes Python slower and it has some errors that may not be visible unless you execute the code, which may be shown by the compiler for a compiled language. So another great feature of Python is the fact that it is used in a lot of things like machine learning and AI, game development, backend web development, data analysis and data science, automation and scripts. Python is quite a popular language, and having it in your skill set is definitely something to do. So now I'm going to begin the second section of this video, which is going to be the practical section. In this section, we are going to create a simple hello world program which prints hello world onto a terminal. And if you're not familiar with terminal, this is a terminal, and Windows user may know this as a command prompt, and we are going to be printing hello world on this. So in order to do that and continue with the rest of the video and the course, you need to have Python installed in your system. Chances are if you're running Mac OS or Linux, you already have Python installed, but if you're Windows, you do need to install this. Since I do not have Mac OS or Windows installed on my system, I will be linking the appropriate installation guides and videos for those operating systems in the description below. For Linux, just follow me. So open a terminal, and if you're using apt as a package manager or you have Ubuntu, you need to run the following command: sudo apt install python 3. So hit enter and it will install Python 3. And if you're running Arch Linux, Manjaro or something that has pacman as a package manager, you need to type the following command: sudo pacman -s python 3 and hit enter and it will install. That's it for Linux. And now we are going to move to the next requirement, which is Visual Studio Code. I am going to use Visual Studio Code throughout this course, and even though this is not necessary, and essentially for programming you can write code in a notepad or some simple text editor with no features, but it is recommended to download text editors like Visual Studio Code to make your life easier. So if you are using Ubuntu, you can install Visual Studio Code using snup, and I believe the command is sudo snup install -- classic code. And if you're using something like Arch Linux, you need to you can install Visual Studio Code with using the AUR. So if you want the official version, which I'm using, you can use the Visual Studio Code bin AUR package, and you can install the AUR package. Now that everything has been installed, Python and Visual Studio Code have been installed, you can open a terminal and make sure that Python has been installed. So type python 3 -- version. So hit enter, and as long as there is Python 3 point something, it is good for the series and you can continue watching. So in case you are a Windows user, Python 3 -- version may not work for you. You may try Python -- version, and Windows users may then get the appropriate command, which is Python 3 point something, and that's it. This means that you have successfully installed Python on your computer. Then you need to create a folder, and I have created a folder by the name of Learning Python, and you need to open that folder in Visual Studio Code using this. And once you are there, you need to create a new file called helloworld.py. So create a new file called helloworld.py and make sure that you go to the extensions tab and you have the Python extension installed on your system, or essentially Visual Studio Code. So install this Python Visual Studio Code extension, and once you're done, you need to open that file, and if you type print, you'll see that the Visual Studio Code will give you suggestions. So hit enter, and as you can see, if anything did not happen because I had already typed print. So if I say PRI and I hit enter, it should autocomplete, and features like these save a lot of time. So now you need to type a line of code in the hello world file, and the line of code is going to be print opening parentheses double quotes, and inside the double quotes you are going to type hello world exclamation mark, and hit save, Control S, and hit save, and it will save. Now that this is done and you want to execute this, there are two ways of executing Python files. One is directly using terminal, and in order to do that you need to type Python 3. Windows users will need to be typing Python, and you need to be in the directory you created. Mine is learning Python and I'm already in that folder. So in order to get this terminal, you can get this terminal by pressing Control and the shortcut on the screen, and if you hit the shortcut, and the terminal will appear, and type Python 3 and the name of the file. The name of the file in my case is hello world.py, and hit enter. Windows users will need to type Python hello world.py, and that will work for them. So this is it for this video. I hope you liked this video, and in the next video we are going to talk about data structures. If you did like the video, make sure to hit like, and if you did not, feel free to dislike. As always, comments section is open for feedback, and I hope to see you guys in another video.